here we go again.
Hallo Zuhörer, willkommen zurück zum Der Leben Tag Podcast. Ich hoffe, Ihnen gefällt unser Gespräch über den Verkauf von Kaufverkauf. That's hello listeners, welcome back to the Everyday Life Podcast. I hope you enjoy our conversation about... What are we talking about today?
Well, it's the bank holidays coming up, the May Day bank holiday. It's got to be.
It's got to be car boot sales.
It's got to be a car boot, isn't it?
It's just got to be.
And what an intro in German.
In German, yeah.
Now,
my life is full of German at the moment.
Yes, and you've recently had your German GCSE exam, haven't you?
Yeah, speaking exam.
Your speaking exam? Oh, okay. Do you know what car boot sales is in German, or what about that's a bargain, or...
I can tell you car boot sale is Kofferraumverkauf.
Wow, that's amazing. I hope you enjoyed that unique intro there, folks. And yes, welcome to episode 36, car boot sales for the May Day Bank Holiday Weekend 2026.
Here we go.
See you in a bit. Right, here we go then, folks.
Yeah.
We're off again.
Well,
Well,
the thick of it now.
firstly, Elliot, for anyone who doesn't know, what is a car boot sale?
A car boot sale is a British-originated outdoor market where individuals sell used household goods, personal belongings or antiques directly from the boot of their cars or on a small table, or in some cases a very large table.
Yes.
They're often held on weekends but also weekdays in fields or car parks.
Exactly. And if you are a seller, well, you pay a small fee for a pitch, park your car, you lay your items out, as you said, like on a table or on the ground. And they often start very early, don't they?
Yes.
Very early in the morning to attract the buyers. And, well, we've had some experience, haven't we, from sellers. So, as a youngster, Elliot, selling at car boots, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's quite fun. You know, you're out early, you've got your car packed full of your stuff, you're setting up. It's fun times.
And, obviously, it's quite a big operation. I'm usually the one who sets it up. And
yes.
in the past, when we have done that, we last did one last year, didn't we, I think?
I think so.
And it's basically just stuff we're given, or I'm given, from like customers, stuff they don't want, or it's stuff that you and your sister have grown out of, or
Yeah.
we just want to get rid of various stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit mixture of household items,
An array of stuff.
an array of stuff, and that's a bit of a journey that is sort of loading it up the night before, especially when I have the trailer, getting all that stuff in, not for all ready for the morning. But what do you think about the early start on a Sunday?
Well, yes, it's early, can be tiring, but it's not very often you would do one, probably. So, I'm all for it.
Yeah, and sort of when we're there, that bit, always remember that. You know that, don't you? You haven't even opened the car boot.
Oh, yeah. Have you guys got any gardening tools?
Have you got any vinyl, mate?
Oh, just hold fire half an hour, guys.
Have you got any Lego?
Oh, it's a night bit.
That's one of the usual things they ask for, isn't it? Lego, vinyl, gardening stuff, things like that. But yeah, can be a little bit annoying, can't it?
Yeah, just hold fire a little bit.
That's what you just want to tell them, look, guys, go away for 20 minutes and come back. Look, I'm half asleep.
Yeah.
I'll get up early, 6 o'clock. I'm here it's 6:30, 20 to 7. Let me set up and come back in a bit. That's what you want to do, really.
That's what you want to say.
Or have an annoying dog that's barking at everyone just to get them to go away and then come back later when you're all set up.
Not a bad strategy.
But that's a bit of an art, isn't it? Setting up your table.
Yeah, I guess it can be.
Is there anything that you remember about setting your stuff out? Did you put it in a certain area on that table?
Yeah, I guess so. You don't want to completely mix stuff. You want some sort of system to organise your stuff.
Yes.
You don't just want to...
No, it's all about presentation at the end of the day, isn't it, on the table?
Yeah.
I mean, you want it looking half decent. You don't want it looking a total mess. Although people do like rummaging through things. We often have like a pound box, don't we? Or something where everything's 50p or whatever. People love rummaging.
Oh, yeah.
Can't beat decent rummage.
Can't Can't beat a decent rummage.
And of course, prime time. I mean, all waking up, early doors, and then prime time, I think, is around 9 a.m. when seems to be a sudden influx of people coming in.
Yeah.
And there's a steady stream of people over the next hour and a half, especially. So yeah, and then of course it's when we get in to near the end, that's when I get a bit frustrated, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's when I start dropping prices big time.
Yeah, big time.
But it's worked, hasn't it? I mean, for example, listener, we had an Atlas for sale. We couldn't sell it. And I put a little sticker on it saying, race across the world for 10p. Within 10 minutes, that Atlas was sold. Just put a little wacky comment and a massive price drop. I remember we had this awful push hoover. And I didn't want to take that home. Ooh. I thought, I don't want to chuck that back in the car.
No.
You want to take as little as possible home, especially any big stuff.
Yes.
Any big stuff. So literally, I put, again, 10p on that.
Wow.
Or happy hoovering. I wrote a little, something like that, 10p. And again, within 10 minutes, that was sold.
10p.
So if you're desperate to get rid of stuff, you can do, or offer it free.
Yeah. Just get rid of it. If you
really don't want to take it home. And something that your mother hated. The walk of shame. The walk of shame. I always used to like packing up early, maybe 11:30, or slowly starting to pack up early.
Right, yeah.
A lot of sellers are still selling stuff when it gets to about midday, or just thinking about packing up. But I'm ready to go. And then mother has to walk through the sellers and make space for me to make sure there's enough room for the car to get through. So she used to hate that. Your mum.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Thanks for that, Donna, the walk of shame.
Walk of shame, dearie me.
So, anything else about the selling point of view, Elliot? Because we used to have our little cash box, didn't we, and everything, and we used to write down who sold what.
Yeah.
Did you used to check your column, see how much you'd earned?
Yeah, I think I did try trying it up. It's quite good on the drive back. We do all the calculations, see how much.
Yeah.
We've all earned.
That is nice with that cash box, all full of cash and notes underneath, of course.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Was there anything, as you were putting your stuff out, was there anything that you wanted to take back where you thought, no, I don't want to sell that?
There probably were a few things I wanted to take back. Actually, I remember this was like quite an old one now, but I had this Donald Duck toy, right? And that was out. And there was this person looking through the box, and I was like, right, when they go, I'm going to take that Donald Duck toy back. And they bought the Donald Duck toy.
Oh, no. Oh, that must have been a tough one.
Yeah.
I've taken a few things back, a few CDs in the past back. But, and that's a bit of an operation over the day. As soon as you're selling something on the table, you move stuff forward or get other things out of the box, don't you?
You've got to be
constantly around. We'll talk about the buying later, because obviously we do have spells when we're taking turns looking round.
Yeah. And
stuff like that. But anyway, we've got some... comments, haven't we?
We do indeed. So, Susan Batman likes car boot sales. She likes to look for bargains, especially plants, plus bumping into friends down there.
Yes,
often see people, down at car boot sales.
Definitely, yeah. Evening, Susan. Hello.
Yes.
Morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Whenever you listen to it.
Good evening, etc.
She likes her plants, and bumping into friends is a good one from her, isn't it? She obviously goes to the car boots to bump into her friends, but that is a good one. I mean, the last one we went to, we bumped into a few people, didn't we?
Yeah, commonplace. Another comment here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to Mother Dearest. She loves a car boot, loves a bargain. She can pick up some real unusual stuff down there. She mainly looks for books, DVDs, and plants. They're the big three.
Yes, that's right. Yes, she does. She got a decent plant last week, didn't she?
Yeah.
One that she'd been after for a while.
Yeah, so it's a good place to go for plants. And Sean Dunn, a.k.a. Chip.
All right, Chip.
He hasn't set foot in a car boot sale since he was 14 years old.
Oh, that's a funny one. Well, after he hasn't set foot for a long time.
Not a fan.
But, the nearest one to you is literally just around the corner, isn't it, from where Chip lives. So, the race course, it's worth a little... Look, maybe a little gentle Sunday stroll. I know he's always doing the junior part runs. But anyway, there's a few others on other days. Anyway, we're going to go to a random fact.
Oh, we are indeed. The first large commercial car boot sale in the UK is believed to have been held at Nepica Farm in Kent on the 20th of September 1980.
Wow. 1980s, that's the first one.
Yeah, apparently so.
Many years ago, well, it's been a bit of a British tradition since then, hasn't there?
Sparked something.
Yeah, like as you said earlier, they're on sort of pretty much all over the week now, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they probably started off as pretty much just weekends.
Probably.
And you got your traditional car boot on a Sunday, and now it's escalated into further days.
Yeah, car boot every day of the week.
Yes, and what about, in your random fact, right, now obviously bargains.
Yeah.
That's what we're all looking for. You do get like collectors going around looking for certain items or items that we might not know are worth anything.
Yeah.
But to a collector or someone in trade who's trained in that field, they'll pick it up and think, wow, look at this, I want to get a few quid for this or whatever. How much is this? And you'll say like 10p, 50p or whatever. But anyway, with the random fact, what is the highest bargain?
Yes, well, the highest bargain is believed to be a glass vase by René Lalique, purchased for just £1 at a car boot sale in Dumfries, and it was later sold at Christie's for £32,450.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Imagine having that for sale. Or if you was like a buyer, antique dealer or whatever, going around and finding that, you must have found lots of stuff in the past like that. And then being sold for that sort of price.
Oh.
That's absolutely amazing, isn't it?
What a profit.
Before we go to our little ad break, we've got a couple more comments. Evening, Barbara
Good
and
morning,
daughter.
good afternoon, good night.
Barbara from Caister. And well, they both love a car boot.
Got to.
And they both love a bargain.
Excellent.
Whenever Barbara's daughter visits her, she always goes to one of the local car boots.
Excellent.
Here we've got a few around this area. I think she likes the one up near sort of Rollsbury.
Okay.
Ormsbury sort of Flegg, that one up there. And but Barbara herself, actually, she's got grandkids. She once got a whole load of battery-operated dinosaurs for her grandkids for £1.
Wow.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it?
What a bargain.
What a bargain. And that's just an example of some of the bargains you can get from car boots.
Because these bargains, they're
endless. Exactly. It can be a little bit frustrating as a buyer. Obviously, you want to get as much as you can, but generally, you know, when you ask how much is this, they're going to say something cheap, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like last week, listener, we went to a car booth. That was at Decoy Road in Ormsby last Sunday.
Big up Ormsby.
Yeah, definitely. Got a table football game, small table football game for £5.
Yeah.
So that was
pretty good going.
That was pretty good going. Jack Chapman. Jack.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Jack. Jack Daw has a fond memory of a car boot.
Let's hear it.
Now, this was from Caister car boot. It used to be next on the field, next to Tesco Caister. Quite a few years ago now. It was on a Saturday morning, this one. Well, me and Jack Daw, I was involved in this one.
Okay.
I think it was during the World Cup or something. There was a big England game on the Friday night. It was in the early hours. It could have been in the 2002 World Cup when the games were like early hours or really late at night. So, but anyway, we'd had a big night out in Yarmouth. We were walking home. The sun was rising as we were walking home. This must have been about 5:30 or something like that. And we walked past the car boot. They were setting up. And we were walking around the car boot after a few beers, pretty much hammered, saying, excuse me, mate, have you got any Bronski Beat DVDs? So, and all sort of random, we're just thinking of like silly things to name really. Bronski Beat DVDs, I'm not sure where that came from. Obviously, Bronski Beat banned in the 80s. So yeah, we were around every single stall holder asking for that question.
That's funny.
Well, I think after that revelation, we're going to go to an ad break from our sponsors. Are you a teenager?
Bored in the evenings?
Well, be bored no more with Caister Youth Club.
What, the Hangout?
Yes, the Hangout. When is it?
Every Thursday, 6 till 7:30pm.
Where is it?
The Community Spoon, Caister-on-Sea.
The Youth Club for teenagers.
What, the Hangout?
Yes, the Hangout. Check out Caister Youth Club on Facebook. Thanks for the Hangout there.
Great stuff.
Of course, you were there on Thursday, weren't you?
I was there on Thursday. I was at the Hangout.
Yes, definitely. Oh, what, the Hangout?
Yes, the Hangout.
Oh, what case do you've got?
Every Thursday, 6 till 7:30 p.m.
Yeah, well worth a visit, isn't it?
Well worth a visit.
You were there this week with Harvey, weren't you?
Yes.
So shout out to Harvey as well. Oh, and another one of your friends. We'll come back to a few comments.
Yes, my mate Jack and his mum Sarah. They big fans of car boots. They like to do car boots. We often see them about at car boots. So
we do. I remember one year I was one of the famous ones around here. Unfortunately, it's not going anymore. Julie's car boot.
R.I.P.
Yeah, the Barrow Castle. I think it finished a couple of years ago. That was a brilliant car boot, wasn't it?
Oh, it was splendid.
But I remember one year we had arranged for Jack and his mum Sarah, hello Jack and Sarah,
hello,
to basically follow us all. We followed them and we had a pitch next to them, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a good one.
I think Sarah was using all the money they'd made for like future holidays.
That's good.
Yeah, she has amazing a lot of stuff, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Does she get it from does she like go around Jack and Tom's room and everything, just nick stuff? Or...
Maybe that's the strategy.
But, yeah, she has an amazing array of stuff, but she was doing one today, wasn't she? Jack was saying.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, when we went to the racecourse the other week, Jack and Sarah were walking round, weren't they?
Bumped into them there.
They were punters that day, they weren't selling.
Weren't selling.
So shout out to those who they love a decent car boot, don't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Oh, Darren Lonebridge. Hello, Darren.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening,
Afternoon.
Good night, Darren.
He's often seen a local car boot, probably the racecourse here.
Oh, yeah.
Great Yarmouth racecourse. Well, basically, he's got a sort of knee problem, and the last car boot he was walking around, he basically saw a knee support for £2.
Wow.
So he obviously got that.
Yeah.
And often when you're thinking of something or when you want something, you can sort of find it at a car boot, can't you?
Yeah.
Possibly. I mean, we'll talk about in a minute what sort of stuff we actually buy or like buying. But I've got another comment here from Bart.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening,
Bart.
Good
evening,
night.
Bart. Well, he used to love doing, when it was on, the classic Saturday Caister car boot. And Julie's on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So it was quite a few years now. He loved his regular customers. And he also used to love winding them up. He used to get customers coming up to him and not saying, do you want, can you take 20p for this? And a big fat no from Bart. 30p? No. 40p? No. I'd rather give it away, says Bart. So that's quite amusing how he used to wind them up like that.
Yes.
And he also says punters were always commenting on how neat his setup was.
Okay.
So Bart used to take great pride in presentation.
Excellent.
And setting up that table and getting all of his items on it. He used to sell like gardening gear and household items, really. And he used to offer a bag. He used to love offering the bag. Plenty of carrier bags to offer that customer the ultimate experience to take it home.
Yeah.
Would you like a bag with that?
Perfect.
So he used to have all those.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Definitely. And if he didn't have what a punter was looking for, he used to say, drive over to Kessingland and ask for Minty. That was basically me, one of my nicknames, because I used to do the Kessingland one at the same time while he was doing Julie's.
Okay.
And we used to sell the same sort of items. Garden stuff and household items. So if Bart didn't have it, I'd have it.
Good system.
And he used to send them over to me. So we had those car boots covered.
Yeah.
We really did. And again, both of us, it was all about the presentation.
Yeah.
They were spotless. And we used to sell mags as well. We used to sell a few magazines, and people would say, oh, I've got August edition or July edition. So, and if we didn't, we used to tell them to come over to the other car boat, or we'd bring them next week for them. So that's another classic comment there from Bart.
Great stuff.
Well, Elliot,
yes.
Let's talk about buyers.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, where do we go for starters?
Well, we sort of go to various ones. One at the racecourse most recently.
Yep.
Since Julie's has been gone. Went to Kessingland once last year, I think. To Ormsby the other week.
Yep.
So various places really.
There is. I mean, we all missed Julie's. That was a big car boot. probably my favourite in the area. That was anyway.
Simply the best.
It was. And Kesselring, that's a brilliant car boot. But it's a bit too far to go, isn't it? Really, you don't really want to be going the other side of Lowestoft.
No.
Early on a Sunday morning, but we did, and we did a car boot there. Our one we did last year, wasn't it? All the year before, I think it was last year. But we knew we'd do much better than doing a car boot this way.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we did. I'm guessing we probably made 3 times as much as you would have done if we would have had it at the racecourse.
Probably.
It just seems to be more people buying more quality stuff.
Yeah.
But and obviously there is ones in the week around this area. There's one in Hemsby as well. Haven't been to that one. But they're cropping up all over the place. So.
Yeah.
A few years ago, used to go to some in Arminghall, which is just outside Norwich. I have done some car boots there, and in other areas.
Crikey.
It's a great little trip out, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
What sort of stuff do you look for, Elliot?
Well, I'm always on the lookout for Lego.
Yeah.
There's usually that store with a bunch of Lego figures. Get some good ones there for my collection.
Yeah.
Funko Pops, similarly. I remember at Kessingland, actually, there were loads of Harry Potter Funko Pops for like £2 or £3 each, which was a bargain. And lately I've been on the lookout for comedy DVDs.
Yep.
Old live shows, building up a collection of them for the summer.
Aren't you?
So, a few little bits and pieces.
Anything that takes your fancy, really.
Yeah.
And the DVDs, they're like dirt cheap at car boots, aren't they? How much were yours?
Think like 50p, £1.
Yeah.
Usual price for a DVD at a car boot.
And there's, as you say, you'll get a nice collection up with your comedy DVDs.
Yes.
It's probably quite good to get from a car boot as well.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, probably. And something that I used to see a lot of is my old collection of Moshi Monster toys.
Oh yeah.
I thought they'd sort of gone quiet and I wouldn't find any more, but I actually saw some when we went to Ormsby the other week.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You were rummaging through them.
Yeah.
And you like a little rummage, don't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There was this big basket where we like those little things and rummaging through them. A lot of youngsters do like rummaging.
Yeah. Through
boxes, picking up, especially if it's little toys.
Yeah. Gotta have a rummage.
It's like, and of course, just going off tangent for a bit. Of course, you do have the food stalls, food and drink stalls. You often have like a portion of chips at like 7 a.m. when we're doing our selling.
Go crazy.
Crazy. Of course you can get. Your breakfast, say bacon rolls away. We'd have a cuppa, go and get a cuppa or a cold drink, ice cream.
Cake stall.
Yep. And of course they've got the toilets there, the cubicles, although they do smell it a little bit, don't they?
Mm.
Yeah. But...
Not perfect, but...
No, not perfect. But yeah, all facilities there. And me sort of looking for stuff. Nothing major really. I used to look out for CDs, but it's probably just boring work stuff now.
Oh.
Like last year, I wanted a sledgehammer, and I got a sledgehammer.
Fair play.
From a car boot. Yeah. It's just sort of work stuff, gardening gloves. Just things that I'm running out of. Of course, got this table football game.
Yeah,
what
that's
we mentioned.
fun. That's fun.
We'll have to have a game of that later, won't we?
Definitely.
And of course, at car boots, it's the characters.
Yeah.
The stall sellers.
Some interesting people.
You often see the stall sellers having a real good chat with a punter, don't you?
Yeah. Trying to sell everything they can.
Yeah, they're talking about the item they're trying to sell or that person's interested in, and they start chatting about all sorts of stuff, really.
Yeah.
Or to do with that item or whatever. But yeah, you find some right interesting and amusing characters at car boots house.
Yeah, you can do.
So it's always if you want to chat. If you like something, you could get there early doors. You could spend all day there. You could spend a good 6 hours slowly walking around the stalls, chatting to all the stall holders and to the punters as well.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that.
Some people probably do that as well.
Probably. There's something for everybody.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. So that's big. Anything else about buying, Elliot?
I don't. Nothing springs to mind of what else I look for.
Well, I'll tell you what, listener, we've got a special treat for you now.
Oh yeah, we've gone out.
We've gone out of our way to get this little clip. It's about a minute. It is live at a car boot. This was about 3 or 4 weeks ago at Great Yarmouth Racecourse car boot.
Yeah.
And me and Elliot are saying what we bought. And it was quite a windy morning, so yeah, have a little listen to this. Well, folks, we're here at Great Yarmouth Racecourse car boot. on a Sunday, of course, and this is our added in bit. No microphones, of course, and of course I'm with Elliot. And what have you bought from Car Boot today, Elliot? Anything decent?
Oh yeah, we're out and about today. I've bought a Josh Widdicombe DVD, so that's nice.
That's pretty good. Then how much did you pay for that?
50p.
That's a good thing about Car Boots, all the bargains, isn't it?
So many bargains down here, yeah.
And it's quite a big turnout today, isn't it? A lot of people here, isn't there? What do you reckon?
Yeah, there's quite a few.
And did your sister get anything today, and your mother?
Got a couple of DVDs, a book, you know, the usual suspects for a Car Boot.
Exactly, and we bumped into a couple of people we knew as well, didn't we? So, yeah, well, we will head back to the studio and we will leave you on this live feed from Great Yarmouth Racecourse, Car Boot. See ya in a bit. So there you go, folks.
Yep, I hope you enjoyed that little snippet.
Yes. I mean, well, it's about, like we said at the start, we are heading, well, this is the end bit now.
Yeah.
We want to keep it short and sweet today. Elliot is very busy. He's in the smack bang in the middle where he soon will be.
Yes.
Starts in a week or so, your GCSEs. So,
yeah, busy times for me.
I had to book him in.
Yeah.
I had to book a time slot for him today.
I've got to have a schedule.
Yeah.
Now.
So, yeah, we're coming to the end, folks. What was I just talking about?
We were just talking about Car Boots, probably.
Oh, yeah, the May, wasn't it? The May, yeah.
May.
So, May Day, bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, 3 day weekend.
3 days off. Nice. And, of course, there'll be bank holiday Car Boots galore.
Yeah, going crazy all over.
Yes, definitely. There'll be a lot of people about to ask. The weather always brings people into Car Boots. If it's a decent day, nice to say, that brings them out. So
nice weather for it. Should we nip down to the car?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
right.
The bank holiday weekends definitely. Hence why we wanted to do this on a bank holiday weekend.
Very apt.
Because that's going to be busy. But a lot of people not off on the Monday.
Yes.
But anyway, you want to say something?
Well, danke für Zuhören. Bis später. Hab eine gute Woche in deinem Alltag. And that was thanks for listening. See you later. Have a good week in your everyday life.
Wow, look at that. Ending it in German too. Good luck with those exams coming up, Elliot. I'm sure we will let the listener, possibly listeners, well, two today, know how you do.
Yep, next podcast.
Yep, thank you for listening, everybody.
Yes.
Yep, enjoy your bank holiday weekend.
Enjoy it.
And of course, if you do want to get in touch or you get any ideas for future episodes, please email us on binsfantastic2022@yahoo.com. And at the end of the day, you can't beat a decent car boot.
And you can't beat a decent rummage.
That's right, definitely. Goodbye.
Goodbye.